We are both 3'5" and have been together for 5 years. Next week. Known each other from elementary school and some sort of childhood sweethearts. We were engaged for 2 years. COVID made traditional marriage kind of hard, and we postponed. Until a week ago, we were trying to conceive our first child. 3 days ago, I thought she went to sleep and was reading a book. She suddenly appeared, all covered in tears, and said, "I'm so very sorry. I've cheated on you." Well, I suppose quite a lot of people around here know what it felt like. Actually, I don't remember ever feeling such a wave of emotions before. White-hot fury, tremendous grief, disbelief, hate, physical pain. I didn't say anything, just packed my things while she was following me around like a puppy, begging me to say something. The only thing I said was just before leaving the apartment, "Thank you for telling me." I never even thought I could hit a woman, but God forgive me, if she tried to touch me during that scene, I would have probably lost it. I am now so thankful she didn't. For the last 72+ hours, I had 2 half-hour shut-eyes. I am devastated. I can barely speak in complete sentences. My head is swirling, my heart rate is often through the roof, my mouth is dry, yet I am sweating. It hurts like a MF. I have so much work to do with the end of the year in sight. I have a mother diagnosed with cancer to look after, and I just want to lay down and cry myself to death. Why people do this? Leave me and go have your fun. It will still hurt a lot, but at least you're showing some respect for me, for my dignity and feelings. I just could not fathom how a person can lay with another and then come home and kiss me. Just writing this makes me sick. It's disgusting. She called yesterday, and after I composed myself a bit, I returned the call. We had a long talk, civil for the most part. She explained that for the past 7 to 8 months, she didn't feel wanted. She didn't feel like a woman. This is somewhat true. I switched jobs, and I had a very steep learning curve to overcome. I was swamped with work and often dead tired. The situation with my mom also took its toll, so I'm the first to confess that for some time our bedroom was not filled with fiery passion, and that was on me. I got a few details. Her partner was another POS with wife and children. They've met on her job. It was one time he used protection, but it was planned, not like they happened to meet in a bar drunk, etc. She said she knows that I am not a man to forgive or forget infidelity. Yes, I'm not strong enough for that. And it is a red line for me, as I mentioned that to her several times during our years together. She said that she just couldn't bear it in her and lie to me anymore. It happened 3 months ago, although she was aware of the consequences. She said I was the love of her life. She said she wanted us to grow old together, and she said she hates herself and couldn't recognize the woman she turned into in that moment, but completely understands that I would not want to have anything with her anymore. Her only hope was that if time heals and I somehow find forgiveness in the future, she will be clean in her conscience and not a liar. I don't know what I think. I don't know what part of it is true and what not. I don't know if I'm seeking an advice or a kind word, or just need to take this off my chest. It's just so painful that I am constantly screaming inside. Before anything else, thank you. Thank you so much. Just the fact you've read through this, a version of which you have probably heard 1,000 times, and took your time to respond, try to provide guidance, resources, or insight, is just overwhelming for me. That being said, since many of you commented and or asked questions, I would like to add some bits of clarification. We are not married, but engaged, so there's no legal bonding. There would be, thankfully, no divorce, lawyers, etc. On the we've tried to conceive a child until a week ago means we were trying for about a year and a half now. We've checked ourselves, and according to the doctors, we must have been fully able to create a life. We didn't, and I believe this had much bigger impact on her than she let go. She has a younger sister that got pregnant for a second time some months ago, and when we received the news, she was very happy, of course, but I could see that at the same time her heart sank in the WTF is wrong with me /us sense. Stress? Faith? Not enough sex? Bad luck? I don't know. She did communicate the issue, and we have talked about it in length on a few occasions. I don't defend her, it's just the facts. As personalities, we are very different. She always claimed that sex is one of, if not the most important part of a relationship. For me, it's up there, but not quite. I absolutely enjoy it, but I don't have a craving for it, I guess. So, I can go for a week or two without that kind of intimacy, while she has a hard time. I also apparently had difficulties expressing my desire for her, and again, she did communicate that before the whole affair. She always said that sex with me was great, she never turned me down, and actually, she initiated most of the time. That's basically sums the whole issue for her. She said that even if I wanted her, she hasn't felt it for quite a while, and in the end, she felt as it was her chasing me rather the other way around, which struck hard her ego and feminine side, I guess. I must be clear here and confirm that as a whole, that assessment is correct. Actually, do you know what I believe prompted her confession? The fact that I took measures, and in the recent month have been more proactive, approach her often, and we did quite well in the bed. I don't know if it makes sense to you. In our long talk, she also expressed her desire to personally explain the reason for our breakup to her family, and my family. She already did as far as her family is concerned. Her father called me yesterday. It was short, in essence. I'm very sorry for how things went down. You know that I respect you very much as a man, and I hope you too would find a way forward, if at all possible. She already approached my brother. He knows that we separated, not why. And they would speak today/tomorrow. As far as my mom, it's fucked up situation. It will become clear around Christmas anyway, but she asked if I wanted it handled any other way. On the other POS and his own relationship. Many of you suggested finding his wife, explaining the situation to her, etc. This is the one advice I cannot follow. My fiancée works at her father's family business. That POS was some kind of contractor, of which they have many. I really don't believe I have the energy and mental capacity of hunting him down and unraveling the whole thing. That's not who I am, and I'm really scared for my sanity if I go down that rabbit hole. I don't know who he is and don't care. I don't know the situation in his relationship and don't care. I don't know any details if she was told by whom, etc. I absolutely understand where you are all coming from, but playing private detective and then executing a scorched earth tactic is fundamentally against my nature. Also, it might sound egoistically, and it probably is, but such an action would probably involve me uncovering things that would bring even more pain, and that's the last thing I want right now. I reread the whole thing above and find it mild and apologetic. Believe me, it's not. It's just how things are from my perspective. Everything between us is over. Just the thought of any contact with her repulses me. However, I want to present the story as it is to the best of my knowledge, not display myself as the ultimate victim and not display her as some demon in human skin. So if someone reads it, they can hopefully draw some lesson from the implosion of my own relationship. Again, thank you all for every encouraging word and every bit of advice. I'm deeply humbled. I would try to update after a few weeks and share how I deal with the aftermath. Update after about a week after D-Day. She called almost every day to check up on me. First few days I was too numb and just, yeah, and on the phone. Finally, I understood that she was taking me on her guilt trip and asked why the F***CK does she continue calling. I didn't see her since D-Day. One thing led to another and the cards went down. That's what her final version is. Why she did it. She planned it to get a revenge on me. Pity revenge. She did to rub my nose in it. For all the times I've neglected her, for all the times our bedroom was silent, for all the times my gaze just went through her as she never even existed. That's almost word for word. She did it. She did it more than once. Most of you were correct, this was not a one-time thing. And she started feeling something for the POS. Why she told me? She told me because she still loved me. I was her big love, and she couldn't bear to lie to me. However, she made it clear that she wants the emotion of the affair, and she will continue with it and with him, again, almost word for word. But if that fizzles out, which for some reason she is almost sure it will, she can come to me with clean conscience. basically boils down to this. She wants and needs that affair right now. But if somehow, somewhere, sometime down the line I could forgive her, at least we would not have secrets between us. Needless to say, I was dumbfounded by this. The POS's wife and kids? Against my better judgment, and sounding like a total loser, I've asked her about the status of his marriage. They were separated. Yes, I've checked. It's true they don't live together. Not officially divorced, but separated. My mom? She took it like a champ. God, I don't know where this woman draws her strength from, but in times where I should have been her rock, she, for the 100th time in her life, became mine. You will never read this, Mom, but you are the best parent any kid could wish for. What I've done, I decided to completely quit smoking, my big addiction, alcohol, more of a social drinker, but still, energy drinks, I upped them quite a lot during the last months and restart my regular training routine. It's just a week, but I've managed so far. How I feel? I feel like shit. Barely eat, barely sleep. It seems like I'm in hell. All the images, all the thoughts that come unwanted, often completely swamp me, and I fight to even function at all. I am simple, man, and live by simple rules. Respect your woman. Try to provide as best you could. Be faithful to her. She completely bulldozed through my understanding of me and annihilated my self-respect, my dignity, and my hope. My brother saw me the other day and literally begged me to get my shit together. He said I looked like the ghost of a fucking ghost. I've read many stories here since I posted mine, and honestly, guys and gals, I've probably got the softball. I'm not married, I have no kids, I have a wonderful family and friends, and an okay job. Some of you got real horror stories behind, and I am absolutely shocked and humbled that you continued forward the way you did, while I want to lay down, get in fetal position, and disintegrate into nothingness. How the F did it come to this? It's been more than a month since D-Day, and there is not much to update, really. Some of you asked how it's going with her and her affair/relationship. I honestly don't know and don't care, haven't seen or asked about her. In January, we had only one short chat on the 5th or the 6th. She begged me to call to arrange some last technicalities, where she asked me about towels and blankets and shit. I said, "Are you really calling to arrange the handing over of towels? Throw them away, burn them, keep them, I don't care." And that's when she, thankfully, fully nuked whatever last remaining bits of respect for her I had. I called you because I felt weak, but do not take this as a sign of hope for us. It fully hit me what a miserable liar and what a miserable cheater I've been dealing with. Not only did she almost destroy my life, not only she almost manipulated me into thinking it's been as much my fault as hers, now she dangles hope for us as something that is hers to grant. The fucking insolence. There are some of you that called her with the exact word, a parasite. A parasite that took a good heart and turned it into a desert. Absolutely NC after that. But I'll survive this, and I'll survive her. I'll get better, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not after a year, but I will. As for her, in some point in our lives, we all get what we deserve. When that moment comes, whether it's a week from now or after decades, I will not be there. Let faith sort her out in its own time and by its own means.